No, but the fact that she's like starting to think like that. What's wrong with you?
No, this is a new age. This is a new age of dating. You should know that.
Yeah, but that's what. Let's let time happen.
No. I know your formula for love and your formula for relationships, whatever, over time.
Love is connection over time. Time hadn't happened yet, and the connection really ain't that strong. If we're keeping it above, I should just. I don't.
That's why I told you not to be out there dating. Don't be slinging random dick. You can't be doing that right now.
But no, right now is the time to do it because it doesn't matter to me.
No, girls get attached. Girls get attached. It doesn't matter to you, but women get attached, and then you find yourself in situations like this.
That's my favorite shit when I hear they're like, oh, I feel like I know you. Like, I make everybody feel like that. Like, stop. I'm sorry. I'm just good at it.
Is that your telltale sign of like, I gotta get out of here?
Like when we're just sitting there, she's just like, I just feel like I met you before. Like
You probably have.
In a past life. She starts pulling out the tarot cards and shit. Yeah, crazy bitches, bro. No, I'm sorry I make you feel comfortable because I'm good at doing that because I'm an actual human being. Like if we're together, I'm focusing on you. That's like it must just be like every other dude out there is just a complete sack of shit. Like, yeah. I know I'm a sack of shit, like, if we're hanging out, I'm not, like, on my phone or, like, texting other bitches.
And I cannot stand that shit. But, yeah, no, that's what guys do, actually. Like, that's why dating is annoying, and that's why dating is just... It's just turned into I don't even want to try. Like, hey, whatever. If we can hang out, I guess. We'll see how this goes. Who knows?
I don't understand, like, what girls get treated like. If you were
a girl for the day, I wish you could be a woman for the day.
No,
like,
I'm okay with that.
No, I wish you could be a hot girl for the day and see what it's like to really, like, go on dates with dudes.
Nobody gives a shit about you.
And to, like, really go out and about and really try to, like, maneuver out in the world. I wish you could see.
Yeah, it must be so tough having a pair of titties and not having to pay for drinks at the bar. So tough.
Oh, it is. It is. Because these titties pay for other stuff. You don't even know.
Yeah, see? Yeah. You want to know what I have that
pays for
shit?
It bites you in the ass.
I got to use this to pay for shit. So stupid.
On the days that works. Anywho.
Yeah.
Are we starting this? Welcome to the podcast.
It's Side Thoughts Podcast. Audrey, are you in the shot?
Am I? Oh, I'm sorry. Is my timeout chair not in the shot?
I'm sitting in one too, and I wanted to say it's because I you had your timeout. We're on the same level now. But really, I just didn't want to bring that other fucking chair into this room.
And we still have not got a new couch. I don't think we're gonna get a new couch, by the way, because you're gonna move from here soon, right?
Yeah, I'm moving in 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I doubt we're going to get a new couch.
I'm not getting a new one. Yeah, I'm going to bring a couch in here to move it out there. It's fucking dumb.
I still feel like a jerk.
All right, we got to talk about this. This bottle of Ciroc Summer Colada.
Yes. Okay, so I went to go see my dad for the 4th of July. So shout outs to Daddy Rose because he watches all the time and he wants, my bad, Lord Rose. He wants to be clear. He thinks that Daddy Rose sounds like a pimp name. So, my bad, Lord Rose. And he actually, made it a point that I would come back and send this to you. Like, he gift wrapped it and everything, but I'm like, I'm not giving it to him like
you
this.
You took it out the package?
Yo, I'm not giving it to you like that. Like, here's your freaking bottle. I only agreed to bring this to you because I figured you're going to drink this with me, damn it, because my dad didn't even buy me a bottle. I'm like, what the hell?
Man, I know Ray cooked a bunch of fucking good food for you.
Yo, he did.
And got y'all drunk as hell. So I
didn't throw up though. I was proud of myself. I did good.
Trash can somewhere over there. Doesn't matter. Everything's already moved out.
Now, normally you would mix this. I don't need that much because this is actually pretty strong. Normally you would.
I want you throwing out on the little bit of furniture that I got left.
You can trust me now. I'm good. And I wasn't really drunk last night after. I couldn't. That fight was so short. I couldn't really get drunk and get into it. By the time I was into the fight, it was already over.
I'm so pissed that McGregor's done, bro. I wanted him to come back because he's just good for entertainment. By the way, this episode's brought to you by Ciroc.
Thanks, Puffy.
We do bougie shit, waking up with 15 roaches on our face, still going to get it. Cheers.
I don't believe that story.
No,
I don't believe you did that.
Yeah, you don't need to mix this, bro.
Pretty good, right?
Why are you making that face?
What?
You made a...
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you made a face.
Oh. Because I was thinking about roaches. The Ciroc is good. I just was thinking about roaches.
I can't believe Diddy said I woke up, 15 roaches sitting on my face.
Now I'm in a pool.
Because I hustle. Shut the fuck up, dude. No, you didn't. Not once has anybody ever woken up with 15 roaches on their face.
I was thinking, like, what were you sleeping with? Like, that means you must have went to bed with, like, Twinkies or Ding Dongs or...
Just around his head.
You know what I'm saying? Or, like, just fell asleep with suckers. Because, you know, as a kid, you try to sneak food in your room and stuff like that. I'm like, he had to be sleeping with at least, like, 5 sandwiches to wake up with.
Dude had a deli in his bed. Woke up with the roaches.
What, you reading the bottle?
Yeah, 35% alcohol. I just want to see how drunk I was going to get. Because I was planning on making today a productive day.
Oh, me too.
But...
I mean, but I brought this to you, and I was like...
Now it's not going to happen because...
Because you're drinking so
Because
raw.
I'm drinking! Can't do it now. No, but that's why I was like, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go run. Knock this podcast out.
That's what I
Woke
said.
up at... What time did you text me?
10. Wait, 9? I don't remember.
I woke up and like reset an alarm for 11:30 and rolled over and went back to sleep.
Yeah, I woke back up at 10 and I was like, all right, we're doing this. I'll see you at 12, I guess. And then I started working on things. And then I got a text from Nick because I was on the phone with my mom. Had to hear a little Mama Rose lecture. That's when you're like, are you coming? And I'm like, I'm in the middle of a lecture. I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm in the middle of a session, bro. Relax.
You know how moms can be. Moms can be kind of not overbearing, but just, I don't know. I think me and your moms are one of the same. They're a little like, did you do this? Are you sure you did this? Are you sure things are going well in life? Like,
you want to know why?
They're kind of like that.
Because they know you're an idiot. So they're just...
I know, and when I don't check in for a little while, like, my mom kind of gets like that. Like, are you sure you did this? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, let me listen to this lecture.
By the way, my mom liked the commercial.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She got to wait for the invoice to come in and then...
She didn't send the bloopers to her? Oof.
No, I had to explain. I was like, it took this bitch 5.5 minutes to read 15 seconds. I was like, don't you get paid to do this? 5.5 minutes I was sitting here, bro.
First of all, I just want you guys to know. So anytime me and Nick ever do any type of promos or commercials, low key, it actually takes us at least like 5 tries to get like a commercial or anything type of right.
Because you should be able to do it in one take.
No. Because Nick is annoying. So I'll have an idea. Maybe I'll miss like one word or one phrase. And here you go. No, do it all over again.
Yeah.
And so him doing that again and again initially makes me frustrated and pissed off. And then I won't want to do it anymore. And then I lose my mojo. Then it takes me even longer to get the shit done.
Hey, how about this?
And then I gotta listen to you just be like, Fernandez, what the fuck? How long does it take you to go? Like, he gets mad at me.
I posted that little clip of me yelling at you, and I had like 5 people go, bro, why are you so mean to her? And I was like, because it was 15 seconds she could have got it done, bro.
Thank you. That's what happens. Then it turns into a long-ass session of trying to get shit done.
No.
If you would just let me have my moment, maybe not make me redo the whole entire shit all over again, maybe just say that one word.
It was 15 seconds, bro.
Then we're good to go.
You can't read 3 sentences?
No, I can read 3 sentences. The problem was because I couldn't say Akron right.
You couldn't pronounce Akron.
Because I'm
couldn't
sorry,
pronounce
I'm not
Hardesty
from Ohio.
Park.
Hardesty.
Saturday beat your ass in one of them. It's like, I thought you were a professional. I was like, bro, I could have just done it and thrown on the female vocal transfer.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know? I'm semi-professional.
Yeah, no shit.
I slipped through the cracks here, man.
Oh, my
you didn't
goodness,
know?
bro.
For whatever reason, they still let me do it.
No, but yeah, you'll get your money for that commercial when the invoice drops, so I got you.
Thanks. Now I got like a wedding fund and shit, so
how?
Thank you.
I was like laughing at your post on Facebook or something. You were trapped at the airport all day?
Oh, bro. Okay. Because, for 4th of July. So I've been out of town, which is why they missed, like, last Sunday's podcast or whatever. Uh-huh. So I went out of town, went to go see Daddy Rose. Got the Ciroc. Thanks, Daddy. And when we were coming back, my dad lives in Virginia. He lives in Norfolk. So we were coming back from the airport, or coming back to Texas. And my fiance flew out there to come and, like, meet the fam, eat some good food, and chill out.
Right.
We're coming back. And literally, we were on a plane, Nick. I guarantee you this. We fly Delta, which I'm saying this to be emphasis on. What was that?
Okay, bougie. Yeah.
My daddy booked the flight.
Yeah.
We're drinking Ciroc.
That's fine.
I Actually, my dad told me how to answer this question now. I'm not bougie. I'm just accustomed to a certain type of life.
Yeah, it's called being bougie.
I'm accustomed to a certain type of life.
That's a very
sorry I have
answer.
standards.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have standards. Thank you very much.
Roaches on the face. Anyway, so you're flying Delta.
So we're flying Delta. We're on the plane. The plane was supposed to leave at 1 o'clock. And we're supposed to go from Norfolk to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Okay? 1 o'clock. We're sitting on the plane. You know, they do the attention passengers. We're about to go on this plane and blah, blah, blah. It should be a good flight. It's nice and easy. So, you know, he does his spiel. We're good to go. Next thing you know, like 15, 20 minutes pass. I'm watching a movie, and I'm like, damn, this plane still isn't off the ground yet. Like, we backed up from the gate, and we're just idling there. And I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'm going to watch Goodfellas. This will be fine.
And then you were done with the movie? And
yeah. Like, we started to get almost into, like, 20 minutes turned into, like, 30, turned into 45, almost an hour, and we're still just sitting there. And then that turned into 2 hours that we're just literally trapped on a plane. And the captain's like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the reason that we're not leaving today, we have a technical issue. It's really not that big of a deal with our computer, but we're not getting the okay from the FC to fly, so maintenance has to come on the plane. We don't want to deplane because that's going to take an hour to load everybody back on the plane. So just sit tight. We will get you into Atlanta as soon as we can.
Bro, sitting on the plane is the worst. I would rather just sit out in the terminal and not get on. Because then I can go take a piss, go get some food.
Thank you. No.
Not be sitting.
And that's even torturous too. Okay, so we're sitting for 2 hours on this damn plane. Mind you, me and Michael got separated, so our seats weren't even together. So
you didn't do the wife-husband thing? Can I sit next to my husband?
No.
You didn't do that?
No, because I'm like, this flight was only supposed to be 45 minutes. And then our next flight, we're sitting together. It's like 2 hours.
I know, but after the first hour goes by, that's when you go, hey, can we trade seats?
Nick, by that time, I don't want to trade seats with his ass. He was sitting in the badass kids section with all these freaking... I feel so bad for him. All these kids running around. Where's my plate? I want my toothbrush. And look, Daddy, the witches is on it. Like, I felt so bad kicking the seat and stuff. He was texting me. He's like, I'm about to, kill somebody's kid. I don't know what it was that day. That was just a day of badass kids flying because he got stuck in that section and my seat was just chill. I got stuck in the nice, watching my Goodfellas, chilling out. His headphones didn't work, so he couldn't watch anything.
So you left him in the back of the plane.
I didn't leave him, man. We were designated to certain seats. Okay, we were designated to certain seats, and his seat just happened to be with the badass
Just
kid.
say you don't love him like that, bro. That's mean as fuck.
I gave him some headphones. I traded with him and gave him some headphones.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but he was pissed. So eventually, they deplaned us because they're like, yeah, we can't fly. The maintenance couldn't fix the plane, and they had to scrap the flight. So, they deplaned all of us. And we had to sit in the airport, and they're like, but it's cool. We got a plane coming in from LaGuardia that's going to be here in 30 minutes. Well, that turned out to be a lie. I feel like Maury. That was a lie. The plane hadn't even left LaGuardia. We were stuck in that airport for 6 hours. 6-7 hours. And mind you, this is the suckiest airport because there's no food.
Yeah,
there's
no Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, the airport was tiny. There was no food in that airport.
It's one hallway.
Literally, all the stuff closed. Starbucks closed at 12, so you couldn't even go get a coffee. You couldn't get no snacks or anything like that.
So you're just sitting there trying not to kill people.
Yes. Yes, and then on top of that too, the staff couldn't get it together. The Delta staff at the gate, you had some lady who was cussing out, a customer because she couldn't bring her kid. She wouldn't let her bring her baby on board when they were starting to reload the new plane when it finally got there. She wouldn't let her on board. The lady happened to be in the military because Norfolk's a big military town. Right. So she happened to be in the military, and they do the military vets. You're welcome aboard first. She wouldn't let her on with her newborn.
It's hey, the baby has killed 0 brown people. It's not allowed to get on this plane.
Man, she threw that lady was about to throw hands with the lady working at the Delta desk. It was sad. God. Everybody was cussing people out. There was a lot of fights on that flight. So
you eventually get on.
Eventually get to Atlanta. By the time we get to Atlanta, run into more badass kids. There's a lady who's trying to, when you take the escalators to go to your next terminal?
Yeah.
We're trying to go to our next terminal. There's a lady where she could not get her daughter on the escalator, so she literally was dragging her kid, and her kid was throwing the biggest bitch fit. And to the point where security was coming to talk to this lady about her kid.
Are you going to beat your kids?
Am I going to beat my kids?
Yeah.
If they were acting like that, that's what you would have got.
Beat the fuck out of them, right?
I could never have done that stuff that kid was doing. Me and Michael were talking about that. I never would have been able to get away with any of that when I was little. My parents would have my mom would carry paint stick stirrers in her purse back in the day.
The only
All
thing...
she had to do was give me the look of, you want to go to the bathroom? You want to remember?
See, that's what I was about to say. I don't want to have to take a trip to the bathroom because my kid doesn't know how to act, but I'm worried that, like, when I have kids in, like, I don't know, 10 years, that you're not going to be allowed to beat your kids in public.
That already is that way. You can't.
Like,
we're in this.
Do I need to call somebody? First of all, it's my kid. You want to see them keep crying? I'm going to beat the fuck out of them right here.
Yeah, no.
Because after I sit down and try and level with you as a human being and you still go, you're getting your ass whooped.
I'm not into this negotiation with your kids because I think a lot of parents, I've noticed that, especially at the airport over the weekend, I noticed a lot of parents, Timmy, we talked about this. You're going to get time out. You need to sit right here. Do you remember what we talked about? Do you remember? Do I need to take away our toy because I will take the toy? Like,
yeah, fuck that.
That shit doesn't work. And I'll be honest with you. I was not a kid that grew up with that. I grew up with the Audrey, I'm going to take you in the bathroom. Do you want to go? The crazy eyes go. You want to go in the bathroom? And you do the, no, I'll be good.
Yeah,
I'll be good. I promise.
Because you got threatened with violence. Now, has it fucked you up a little bit in adult life? Maybe. But you know how to act out in public.
Yeah. And I know, like, I would never do that in front of my parents. Even now, like, I don't even feel as comfortable, like I can bullshit with my parents, but I don't even feel to the point where I would, like, really, because there's a respect there. I would never, like, wild out like that in front of my parents. I have to get on, like, my fiance, like, hey, don't be saying that in front of my mom. Right. Because, like, it's a respect thing.
Bro, I do that shit. I do that shit with my mom. Like, anytime, like, we've been out drinking a couple times where it was just everybody.
Yeah.
Except she does this shit where I start getting loud and start getting, like, you know when I get drunk and I'm like, center of attention.
Nick gets drunk and he thinks he's Mr. Moneybanks, and then you know he's really drunk when he breaks out the dance.
Yeah, so I start becoming the center of attention the drunker I get, and my mom looks at me, you're being like your father. And I'm like, oh, that hurt right there. Okay, all right. So we're going deep-seated shit to get me to stop. Now my drunk's fucked up. And I don't want to be here anymore. That's crazy. So I think there's like a balance in between that you gotta find.
I can see you doing. You're being your father.
Being just like your father. Like, you're saying that like it's a bad thing, and I look just like him, so now it's kind of fucking me up in my head a little bit.
Does it bug you, like, when you think about your parents? Because now our parents are at the age where I see my parents, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to look like or be like 10, 20 years from now.
Well, that's what I had to grow up, and both my parents hated each other, and they always said terrible shit about the other one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so stupid, I didn't make the connection that I was going to look exactly like both of them. And now, like, the older I get, I'm like, oh, that's why I hate myself a little bit. Because I grew up and they said terrible things about them, and I looked at them and saw what they looked like, and now I see me and I look like them. It all makes sense.
It's a full circle.
Yeah.
Moment.
See, you don't need to go to therapy. You just got to get drunk and high a little bit. That's all you got to do.
Have a good conversation with yourself, and then see your parents, and you're like,
oh, I don't actually hate me. I hate 8-year-old me looking at my parents. That's what. God, divorce is fun. I really recommend, if you hate your relationship, get divorced and completely
tell your children.
Fuck your kids up for the rest of their lives, bro. It's really fun to do. Really fun to do. Hey, I did want to ask you this because I was having a conversation with Idris about this the other day. You were flying at night, right?
Yeah.
Okay, did you look out the window? Mm-hmm. You know when you go over a city and it just looks like it shouldn't be there?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't a city, like, with all the lights when it's dark kind of look like herpes on Earth?
What the
Like,
hell?
it just looks like a growth that shouldn't be there. And you see it spreading
you
out
see all
farther.
These trickles of light, like in one
and you just see it getting spread out. It looks like the Earth got herpes. No. That's what it is.
And that is not where I thought you were going with this.
Oh, okay.
No.
Where did you think I was going?
I don't see that when I look out the window. I'll be like, huh. Like, sometimes when I look out the window, like, Norfolk, I'll look out the window and it's like you see a lot of water. So I'll just think to myself, like, man, I wonder what would happen if the plane just, like, crashed right here and now in this water.
You're going to worst case scenario.
I kind of do, because low-key, I'm actually really afraid to fly. I just never tell people that, but I'm really afraid to fly and I'm really afraid to take off. Turbulence, like, fucks me up. I get really nervous.
You got to have
And I can't swim. So that's literally where my mind was going as we were flying. Like, okay, I can't look out this window
So just be okay
anymore.
with dying.
No. I got too much life to live, Nick, to be okay with dying.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so you needed to do more shit in your life. Like, if I died right now, I'd be like, the only part that would suck about me dying right now is everybody having to deal with it. But I've done shit where I'm like, that was pretty cool.
No.
I've experienced a lot.
I have not yet. I haven't gone over to Europe as an adult. I haven't gone overseas as an adult.
Oh, you haven't seen different places.
Yeah, and I want to go to Barcelona, so I gotta still go do.
The only reason I don't want to die in this plane is so I can go eat gazpacho in Barcelona.
What a dumb thing.
I need to go
What a dumb
down.
reason not to want to die, bro.
What?
You gotta be okay with mortality every once in a while.
No.
That's why, like, flying, that doesn't bother me.
As a kid, I used to hyperventilate over. Like, I remember the first time I discovered that we all die. It was a heart-wrenching thing.
Yeah, because it's first time you go, I might not be here.
Yeah, I was in church. I'll never forget this. So I was in Tampa visiting my grandparents, and we were in church, and the preacher was just like, and even as God surely shall live, and Jesus live, you will die. And I don't know what it was about how he said it that day, but it just, like, hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm like,
I'm going to die.
Yeah, I was like 11 or 12, and I'm like, I am going to die. I'm going to die one day. It just... I don't know. I started hyperventilating, and then I started thinking about, like, what does that feel like? What? I'll just never exist. And you go through all those different thoughts. And that's terrible to do to an 11-year-old. I'm like, because, you're really the young man. You don't really know what the hell you're doing in life. But, yeah.
Well, because you haven't done anything yet. I don't know. I got one more thing
I'll never be okay with it.
I got one more thing I got to cross off my bucket list, and then I'm cool.
What is it?
Touch a great white shark. I got to touch one. Like a
live one?
Yeah. Like, I got to go shark cage diving and wait till its head, like, passes the cage and just touch it. I gotta touch it, bro. Like,
really?
I have to. That's my one thing.
That's like your bucket list thing to do?
I had 3 things on my bucket list. Like, we were sitting around, I think I was like 16, 17, and we were like, me and my buddies were just drunk. Shouldn't have been drinking at 16, 17, but we were drunk and we like had a bucket list conversation. I'd never thought about it, and I was like, okay, let me get like 3 things. So one of them was be with a MILF. Just at 16. That's like what you think is cool.
You had Stacy's mom syndrome. Okay.
Yep, got that one out the way a few times. Get a song on the radio. Did that.
You got a song on the radio?
It was kind of cheating, but I did. When I worked at the college radio station up in Akron, me and a couple of my friends made a rap song, and then...
And y'all actually put it in rotation?
I didn't put it on because I was like, I'm not going to be the one to do this because that's way too much cheating on the bucket list.
Was it good production style and everything? Was that
we went to the studio.
Oh, like top notch? Actually used... Oh, okay. Oh,
and
okay.
It played, and people actually requested it every once in a while.
Really?
So check that off. So the only thing I got to do left in this life is touch a great white shark, and then after that, don't care.
Damn.
That's
your bucket list is so simple.
You want to know what's funny? The simpler you make life...
Your bucket list is so simple.
The simpler you make life, the more fun it is. Because that's what, when you start... We talked about this a couple of podcasts ago.
Yeah.
The devil's in the details. The more you, like, get into, like, the nitty-gritty of everything and overthink shit. We're talking about overthinking shit.
Yeah.
That's when you start going nuts. But if you stay dumb and just go, okay, I see this, I see that, that's fun, that's not... Life's so much better when you just dumb it down.
Huh. I mean, I guess I should think of life like that.
Just be an idiot.
Just be an idiot.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being an idiot. Bro, if everybody would realize how dumb they are, we would be fine.
Really?
Why do you think, like, social media, for an example, when people, like, get mad about shit...
And they go and tweet?
It's because they think that they're so fucking smart that their opinion matters. Why do you care what somebody else is doing? That's not you. You don't wake up and see what they're doing. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Does it affect you? Probably not. If it does, yeah, get mad. If it affects people you know, yeah, get mad. But 90% of the shit people get mad about has nothing to do with them.
True.
And they just go, well, I have to. No, you don't. You're an idiot and you think that you're smart. Just be smart enough to know that you're dumb. And then life is so much easier.
I don't know. Internally, like in life, I've been having like stagnant issues.
Of like not moving forward or being stuck?
So. I don't know. I feel like everybody, and I'm not sure, well, I know you do because we talk, but I mean, I'm not sure if everybody else goes through this, but you get to a point in your life where you feel kind of like you do feel stuck. And I don't want to seem ungrateful or feel like I'm not grateful for things in my life right now because I am. But I think like internally, I think I'm having what now syndrome.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I think after so long, like I don't know. I think life is kind of built up on this expectation of you go to school, you go and do this, you do this stuff, and you have all these little check marks that you're supposed to accomplish in your life, right? And then you get to a certain point where whenever you reach like whatever dream or whatever check marks that you wanted to achieve, when you reach them, like even after you touch this great white shark, then it's going to be like,
what now?
Yeah. And I think that's kind of like internally.
Then just have fun. Surround yourself with people you like doing shit and seeing shit with, and then just keep doing it until you die.
No,
that's the point of life, bro.
Oh, okay, I get that part of it, bro. But I'm a person where I know myself, Nick, and I'm not like that. I'm always a person. I like to always be moving forward on things,
right.
Whatever it is that I do. I'm not talking about work. I'm just talking about in general. Like I like to always be moving forward, and I kind of just feel like even now, I kind of just feel like I'm at like what now syndrome. Like, what else do I do now?
I get that.
And it's a weird space to be in because you think about it a lot more than what you should, I guess.
That's the overthinking part. I mean, I get it. Because, like, dude,
I feel that way now.
When I got fired, I was like, the radio dude. My original plan was come here for a year and a half, keep hopping around until I get super famous.
And go over it. Because that's what we're taught to do, especially for that job. Like, you're taught to do that.
And then I was like,
what
fuck.
Now? Like...
Now I gotta now I just gotta be me.
Yeah,
I'm not, because I don't have a job to say this is me. Because most people are like, I'm my job.
See, that's the problem. And I think a lot of people get defined by their job. And I think right now for me, I'm at a point where I don't let my job define who I am anymore, if that makes sense. Like, because you put so much time and effort into something and you realize like, man, I'm putting so much time, so much energy and so much effort into this that like, your other stuff kind of falls by the wayside. So I'm just at a point now where I'm trying to figure out who Audrey is as a person and not who Audrey Rose. Like, that's not even my real name.
That's a character.
It sure is.
Yeah,
it's a character
an exaggeration
of myself.
of you.
It's super exaggeration of myself. But I mean, I think that's what's giving me like what now syndrome in life a little bit, where I'm just like, man, I don't know myself, and it feels weird.
I think late 20s, early 30s is when you're supposed to do that, though.
Is it normal to feel that like now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to feel that anxiety of, okay, all the structure is gone. Because that's what, growing up, all you have is structure and a road that you know you're supposed to be driving on.
Yeah.
And then you get out here and it's just like, I got to make my own road.
Yeah. I think maybe that is what it is. Because, like, my birthday's coming up, and and today's my best friend's birthday, so I'm the last one to turn 31. Yeah, so I think I've just been thinking about that a little bit more, because I think we're all, like, on the same page of just, okay, what do we do now? We're in our 30s now. Yeah, and you start to think about that a little bit, and you're like, shit.
But that's
I don't know if I did everything I was supposed to do by this age.
I don't know. I think part of that is, one, social media ruins your perception because you see everybody 100%. Else doing what they're doing, and you're like, I'm not there yet, or they look like they're happy. First of all,
social media is such a lie.
They're not happy. They beat each other when no one's looking.
They beat each other.
They cheat on each other. They're not happy. That's why they're posting so many goddamn pictures. They don't actually like each other. But also, you're stuck in that like mindset. Like, I don't know if you have this, but I got like an internal,
like clock,
not a clock, like a internal voice, and I'm still stuck in like the early 20s internal voice of, and I guess that's like I need to grow up. But it's just like,
at least he admitted that today on the podcast, guys. Nick needs to grow up.
Yeah, I need to grow up.
Breaking news.
But it's one of those things where it's like, you think, oh shit, like I'm still stuck here, but I'm this old to everybody else.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is not matching up with where I should be.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you freak the fuck out a little bit. But you're going to be here. Life's long, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to be here for a long. But that's what I'm saying. If you dumb shit down and actually like look around every single day, life's long. That's when like you start getting in that routine of, okay, I got to wake up, I got to do X, Y, Z, and you just go through days and you're like, oh shit, I thought it was Monday, it's Thursday.
But even that though, I think
that's when time gets fast, is when you're not paying attention to shit.
I guess you're right with that, but I hate feeling like your life turns into a routine.
Right.
Like, I hate that feeling. I don't ever want to feel like my life is turning into Groundhog's Day, where I do this, you do the same thing. Because that's when life, like, passes you by, too. Because you're doing that same routine for so many years, and then you wake up, and it's, like, 10 years later. And you're like, well, what the hell?
I think you need routine. Like, part of being an adult is you need routine. It's like, okay, here are the things that I have to do today.
Okay.
Everything else is house money.
Yeah.
So let me check off what I have to do. Then I can enjoy shit.
Right.
So that's the difference. But like what we were talking about, the job defines who you are as a person. Like that's what
I think that's what I feel like 90% of people, when you ask them like who they are or what they like, I think
they describe what they do.
They don't really describe them as a person or who you are as a person. Because I don't know if it's just, I've been reading a lot of different books and stuff about like just traveling and like getting to know yourself. So I guess that's probably why I've been having these questions. But I think it's easy for people to just fall into the habit because I think our culture programs you that you are defined as
what's
what
my purpose?
Yes, no, not even what's your purpose, but just you're defined as what you do.
Right.
Like even for you, like whenever you left radio and stuff like that, I think a lot of people define you as just Nick J, the radio guy.
Well, that's what I had somebody who I thought I was real close to go, well, what are you going to do now? And I was like, I don't know, I'll find a job to make money. But you're a radio person.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's
like,
how people
no, that's how you knew me.
You are defining you as just that person.
And by the way, I was never a radio person. I would get in trouble for shit talking radio because I was like, bro, let's do something. Nobody's listening to this bullshit. And the super radio people. Like there's that group on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, radio peeps.
Those people are dorks, bro. Like that's
you have to for the industry. You have to be a dork for them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I was never one of those people. I like doing radio because it was fun.
Yeah, but have you? Because you've had enough time to think about it, but you never like loved it.
I loved how cool the job was.
So you like the perception of the job.
The perception of the job was cool. Like the day-to-day, okay, I get to wake up and go look at what's going on in the world and then tell everybody how stupid it is. And then they get to have a reaction one way or the other, like, no, that's not stupid, or, bro, I've been thinking it, like that's that shit I'd miss. But
yeah,
you can still do it. Basically, that's just me being a narcissist and thinking my opinion matters more than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Because I'm right all the time.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But see, there's two different perceptions. Like, for me, I liked radio. I shouldn't say I still work in it. But right. I like radio because I've always liked being able just to connect with people in one moment. Mm-hmm. Like, I've always thought it was cool where that one little moment, if I'm making your day or hating on your day, whatever it is.
Somebody's having a shitty day.
Yeah. And it's usually over things that I don't even think, like, are even anything. Because 9 times out of 10, like, with anything that we say, or at least that I say on radio, it's just me just being transparent from my life. Like, right. Majority of the time, it's just, like, me using whatever's happening to just work out my own internal therapy. Yeah, like radio's always been very therapeutic for me. I just use it to escape my own life.
So like today sucks. Okay, well keep trying.
And I'm gonna air out whatever my family's doing or whatever I'm doing or whatever. It's always been that way for me. So if that resonates with people, that's always been something that I think that's what's kept me in it for so long, is because I like the idea of being able to connect with somebody over like small things.
Right.
I don't know. It shows that we're all still human, but I like that.
Well, yeah, no, people are the same. That's why I like doing stand-up. Because
it's like being a therapist, but not getting paid a therapist's salary. Technically, I'm a damn therapist by now. I've been doing this for like almost 10 years. Yeah. I'm a fucking therapist.
You got your psychology degree.
I literally am, because people don't know this, but low-key, people call, like, just randomly.
Just to talk.
Yeah.
That's why I hated when you did that shit, because you would actually have conversations with them. I go, bro, that's not what I'm up here for.
Oh, yeah, man. Like,
you listen to me, and that's it.
But now I have my routine of people that do it. Like, I have my not same, because they change, but majority of people that just do random live, and then I may go like a couple months without talking to them, but I'm at a point now where I know your voice. So like, if I haven't talked to you in like, hey, what's going on with your kids? I haven't heard about your life. Or you were making something out of lumber. You get like who was I talking to? I hadn't talked to him in 3 months. He was building. I can't remember his name. He's gonna hate me. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm drinking.
Yeah, half a shot of Ciroc and Audrey's done.
It's not. Look, I'm trying to be better. It's not that strong. I'm trying to be better because I don't want to throw up again and embarrass myself yet again on this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good. But still, I like being able to check in with people and
connect with people.
Yeah, and see how they're doing. Like, that's always been the fun part to me. It has never been.
See, I didn't like that part because it was draining to me.
See, yeah, you never liked that part. I've always liked that part. Nick's never been like, I'm not here for your life check-ins. I don't care about you and your damn kids. Well, that's always been Nick.
I don't know. Like, the thing with me, I got to give a fuck about you to, like, care about your problems. Because when I hear somebody tell me about their stuff, I, like, literally put myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel, and it's draining. Dude.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk around with a shitty mood and I'm like, you just gave that to me? Like, ugh.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I just like, I can't do that.
But sometimes it's not even like shitty problems or anything like that. Like, it's
I know.
just,
Sometimes people just think that they're funny and they're not. And then I gotta like, I'm not gonna fake laugh them, so I just gotta sit there and go, all right, you getting your 5 minutes in, bro? Like, what are you doing? But that's the thing. The one thing I do like about not being in radio anymore is we're talking about it's an exaggeration of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I like being a douche. That's funny to me. That fucked me up because people thought that I was a douche all the time. And it's like, no, I'm actually...
I know, people, that's the perception that people have of you. And so, like, I don't know if that was the perception that you wanted, but it's hard to be like, no, Nick's really not an asshole. Like,
it's funny to say shit.
That he is every now and then. He likes to be a smart, like, you've always been a smart ass, but that's really not.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's fucked me up. Like, you know, talking about
that's
overthinking.
It, defining you. Like, yeah, because now people define you as being like, oh, he's just going to be an asshole.
Right.
Like,
but I think, because I've been sitting around thinking about shit, I was like, maybe this is why certain people were attracted to me. Because they thought that I was a piece of shit, and they were pieces of shit. And now I'm just like, no, I can't do that all the time. Like, I can do it for
you turn it on for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like, I get all the evil, bad thoughts out of my head. But then after that, I'm like, I'm not going to just be an asshole for...
You know what I think, a perception that I don't think people really realize about us is that, like, even after like working and even after doing this podcast, I'm actually really, really quiet. Like, when I go home, I don't
talk all day.
Yeah, I don't talk. I don't even like to really talk on the phone that often with my friends. Like, I don't mean that to be a jerk. I just don't like talking.
Because you hit your word count for the day and you're like, I'm tired.
Yeah, and I like to just be to myself. I'm actually I'm a big loner. I don't think people realize that, but I'm a big loner. Like, I like to just be by myself. I don't mind being by myself for a while. I even have to get on my own fiance when I'm like, I think he's in tune with it now to know,
just
like,
figuring it out.
Yeah, like today's a me day because I'm like, I just spent, like, you know, with him. Hey, baby, I love spending all the time with you, and I love spending time with him. But I'm also kind of like, I just want to sit home and watch Handmaid's Tale and be by myself. Like,
right.
That's just what I want to do. I want to go and do my own thing in my own spot, and like, I'll talk to you later. Give me a couple hours.
I tried to explain that shit to somebody one time. I was like, you can't observe if you're talking.
Thank you.
And I like observing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, you know that old saying, it's like most people aren't listening, they're just waiting for their turn to talk. I like listening to the shit that you're going to say because you're going to tell on yourself.
True.
And I like figuring out who you are. So I'm just going to listen to what you have to say, and then like, okay, the math equation goes off in my head. That's who you are. Okay, now I know how to act.
Yeah, I find that to be funny whenever I say that, or some people don't really believe that. But
what's that bullshit
true.
people like to say on social
quiet.
media? I'm an introverted extrovert. It's like, no, you're a person.
No.
You mean you like to talk to people sometimes, then other times you just like to have thoughts yourself?
Left the fuck alone and just like to do your own thing?
Oh my God. That's another thing. It's like
true.
You have to be something. It's like, no, just be a person.
Yeah, no.
There's balance in everything, because that's when people get all crazy. It's like, okay, I'm either 100% this and I'm 0%. No. Just be a person.
Yeah, and just do your
You
own
like
thing.
to be entertaining, and you like to shut the fuck up sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Because there's certain times for everything, bro.
Yeah.
I can't. All right.
It's hard, bro.
What else we got? You got anything else? This was a good therapy session.
It was a pretty good therapy session. I feel a little better. Thank you, Dr. Nick. I feel better.
Hey, by the way, I'm still gonna post that song. I don't care how petty it is.
No. Okay, no. You don't need to post this. And
don't say anything.
Stop bringing
like
this up
specific.
now, because this was like, sorry guys, this is our personal life, so we're not talking about it. Does that sound bad? Because we're like, oh, this is supposed to be us. We're supposed to be personal.
There's certain shit that you just don't talk about.
I can't do it. This is like drama filled, and like
No, it's not drama.
It is. It's pre-drama filled because you're just being petty. Okay, see, we've already said too much. Now get off this podcast and let's go.